All right, Saturday, the big day. We had the State of GMT sort of address this morning. Designers got to talk about the projects they're working on. We're going to walk through this Saturday morning / lunchtime and see what everyone's playing. It's packed in there, a lot of games happening, which is really cool. And I will show you what I picked up in the sale. Not too much that I was in the market for, but I did manage to score a game that had been sort of on my kind of want list, and they had a copy, and so I grabbed it. So let's take a look. Once more, Unto the Breach, here we go. Lots of games, as you can see, it is packed in here, back room 2. And I'll go through the stacks and show you. So, it's, Twilight Struggle Red Sea. This is the copy that Gene was talking about this morning?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this game. This is the Horn of Africa Twilight Struggle game.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
It's very good.
Oh man, I would love to give it a try this afternoon. It's so cool.
It's with it. Plays very quick. Has a few little rules twists that you got to be aware of.
Yeah, it's and also like the small footprint is really attractive as well. Like you know, I don't want to sit down for 2 hours of Twilight Struggle, but I want that experience.
This is a good game you can play even during your lunch break.
Yeah. Awesome. This is the final production copy, the advanced one that they got?
Yeah, this is the advanced.
Awesome.
Advanced copy.
So cool. I'm going to check that out. Another small game over here, Red Flag over Paris. Looks like more World at War 85 happening. Those guys been at it. Got folks playing here, Mosaic, another Story of Civilization game. Huge box, big footprint, looks pretty fun. Are you enjoying it?
What?
Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, Mosaic's great.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, it's not a GMT game.
Oh, that's okay.
But it should be. I mean, this is all GMT style all the way.
Yeah, looks awesome. I'd love to give it a try sometime.
I know it's a really good game.
Awesome. Over here we got Space Corp. They're doing the Planeteers. Very nice. Someone, I see someone did some shopping. I see some folks padding out their collection of GMT's East Front series over here. Kiev to Rostov, Crimea, Army Group Center.
There's no ending.
Do you have all of them now? No,
We will have 3 now.
3, okay.
We did not learn about it till today.
Oh wow, okay. It's really interesting, the asymmetries between the turn sequence of the Russian and German factions in that game. So like the Germans like move all their armor first, and then they move their infantry, and then the Soviets they have to move all their infantry first before they move their armor. So it leads to like this really interesting way that you fight with the two sides, depending on whose turn it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We've got a different game that's similar to that. But he was describing it's Germans move then attack, Russians attack move.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Showing
Actually.
that same asymmetry.
Yeah, about how they fought, how the armies were organized. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, these two games right here, on a lot of people's highly wanted list because they're both out of print. So nice pickups. Awesome.
For sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Here's Commands and Colors Samurai Battles. That was set up last night. The War of the Ring. Where are we at in War of the Ring here? Let's see. Fellowship has made it to Lothlorien with their elven allies. I see Nazgul massing an army down there. Looks like the siege of Gondor is about to begin. Very nice. Has anyone left the Fellowship yet?
Yeah, we have.
Oh yeah, it looks like Boromir, Merry or Pippin, and Strider. Is Aragorn in the game? Yeah, nice.
I haven't seen it.
Very cool. One of my favorite games of all time, War of the Ring. So fantastic.
Showed himself.
John Butterfield's prototype with Kai Jensen over there. Voyage. Down to Flame still going. Here's another copy of Mosaic. This is a hot game this weekend. Got a full 8-player game of Tank Duel happening over here. How's your tank going?
I didn't take my turn yet, but I got plans.
I literally just
let's just say
He literally just exploded.
Yeah.
Sounds like Tank Duel.
We fired our guns so it's no longer hidden, so you can shoot at it. So take the hit.
That's fun. Wolfpack over here. Playdeck guys are here showing off Twilight Struggle and Labyrinth digital.
Yes, they are.
Awesome. So Labyrinth is like on the cusp of releasing, right?
On the cusp of releasing the mobile, yes.
Awesome. I can't wait. I have been dying to get a digital version of Labyrinth for so long because I love that game.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. Like my friend who was deployed to the Middle East in the military, I'm always like, hey, do you want to play Labyrinth? And he's like, I would love to, but it feels too much like work. You know, because he was like over there doing a lot of this stuff in that era. So it's like hard to find opponents. So I'm like super stoked to like get a chance to play it digitally.
Hey, we're excited you get to play it.
Yeah.
It's going to be out very soon, next week.
Awesome.
So.
Looks really great. I love it. Interface looks good. Yeah, you guys are doing kick-ass work with the CDG stuff for GMT. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
Got a full 5-player game of Successors happening over here. Alex's funeral cart has yet to leave
Correct.
Babylonia. Are we getting ready to move it?
We're getting ready to
Start moving it. Yes, it's a long journey.
the long setup journey.
Who are you? Who are you playing?
Orionatus.
Yeah, nice.
Little Batman with his little bat wings up there.
Ptolemaeus.
Ptolemaeus.
So you are what? You're blue?
Blue.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, you got a pretty good starting setup over there. You got a guy in Western Turkey and Egypt. I'm always jealous of the Egypt player. I've yet to start as Ptolemaeus because you're very insulated against the chaos in the early game.
It's my first play of this.
Is it?
I have
Okay.
no idea what you're talking
So yeah, so if we're talking like risk analogies here, you are the Australia of the
So I just
game.
need to hold it and keep the bat at bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for.
And a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, we need your help stopping the funeral cart. Come out of Egypt. No one's attacking you. Come do that." That's an invitation to a backdoor.
I see.
So, yeah.
I see. And do I have to worry about Northern Africa over there in Libya?
At some point, someone will try and cross those seas and try and take that. Yeah, but you're fairly insulated right now from the early game chaos.
Okay, great.
Good luck. Over here, we got a game of Churchill starting up. Nice.
He dies.
What's that?
He just died.
He just Sir Dudley Pound just kicked the bucket. Well, history, I guess, is preserved. Is this turn 1? Did he just die in the first turn?
Well, we're playing the short game.
Okay, short game. Yeah. Okay. That's hilarious.
So Sir Dudley comes out of the game.
Ah, nice. Who's winning?
Neither yet. Well, technically you have 3 points. Oh yeah, but we started. We haven't gained anything. Right.
This game is so popular right now. So popular right now. And the Stalingrad version's coming out, right?
Yes.
Undaunted. Everyone's playing. This is like the crossover game of the year for wargamers and non-wargamers. I've seen it, like everyone playing it. Looks really fun. I've yet to play it myself. What else we got going on? We got we got a setup game over here. Oh, Death of an Army Ypres 1914. A second instance of this game being played at this convention. That is surprising to me. The Revolution guys are playing another game and doing demos. I went and talked to them about it. Obviously, I did a video series where we're talking about some of the funny stuff that happens with artillery and some of the ways that they've developed the original version into this version. So, looks like some interest in World War I battle games here, which is pretty nice. Dune Imperium. It's been a stalwart at most conventions I've been to. Everyone's loving this game as well. I hear it's good. Another John Company 2nd edition game happening. It's like the 5th or 6th game to be here this weekend. Let's go in the back room. I'll show you what I picked up in the sale. Again, full back here. Stalingrad 42 still going. Looks like the Germans have broken through.
There's some breakthrough has occurred.
I see that they've approached the outskirts of Rostov over there.
Well, that happened right away. I'm just kind of besieging Rostov.
Yeah.
We took a different approach.
Ooh, someone got encircled. Is that what I'm seeing there? Like out of supply that you just put down? Oh, pocketed.
I managed to pocket it.
Nice. I've been super on the fence. Like, I really want to pick this game up because I love the system, but every time I walk over here and see you guys, I'm like, oh my god, it's so huge. It's so daunting. You know?
Well, there's other ones in the system.
Yeah, I have Salerno and I have Holland.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love it. And it's like I like it so much that I'm like, ooh, I want to try something that's a little meatier and bigger. And then I come over here and I'm like, oh, maybe a little too big. But it's good, right? Like you guys like it. Like it's.
I think he has some bag Ukraine 43s left.
In the back stock. Yeah.
That's my personal favorite.
It's your favorite. That's the one I learned on.
That's why I'm great.
Because you were playing the Germans in that game over and over? Yeah, every time I see those Soviet army markers marching towards me, I'm just like, can I just concede? Like, I don't want to, punching bag. Yeah, exactly.
Next year when I'm old enough to buy a beer, I'm going to play it again.
I hope they reprint it. That's that one, it's due for a reprint, because they've reprinted all the other ones, I think, except that one, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
They did a first edition and a second edition.
Yeah.
The second edition sold out quickly.
Yeah. Stalingrad 42, I'm still on the fence. Maybe I'll take it home. Here's Downfall, underway. Speaking of World War II. See the East Front underway there. And it looks like France. Oh, yeah, so this is like late World War II. So France has fallen.
Yeah. In fact, we're playing a later scenario. No, the Germans are still controlling France.
Yep.
The West is about to invade.
Okay, so Normandy's about to happen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like end of May. The weather.
It's a little bit early compared to historically. Interesting.
Not much. Yeah.
And so I understand there's like event cards, or there's like cards in this game that
There's
kind of like.
event cards and there's action cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
Loving
so
the
that was
map.
your first attack of this special card.
Okay.
So now
That's really fun. I'm gonna see if I can try it today. More Space Corp happening. Looks like they're in the very first era of Space Corp. Nice. You guys playing with the expansion? Just the core game?
It's our first ever.
Oh, nice.
John just taught us.
Oh, awesome. You got the demo from the man who created it. That's awesome. It's such an awesome game. Yeah. What do we got over here? Oh, it looks like a prototype. Oh, wow. This looks beautiful. Oh, this is a custom Napoleonic War set? Oh.
We like figures.
Oh my goodness. I gotta take a picture of this and send it to my friend. We love the game. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Miniature army.
Oh goodness. So cool. Look at all these minis, painted minis. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is going to be one turn. I know.
So cool. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, tomorrow my flight's at like noon, so I gotta leave like in the morning basically. But that sucks because I would have loved to play with you guys. Yeah. Over here, doing a demo of the game jam at the Court of the Great King. Short little card game. There it is.
At the court of the great king.
he's
Awesome.
a running leader.
When it says a skill check, what is that for?
That's cool. I want to try that today too. Here's the other Ypres 1914. Germans starting to come in en masse.
4.
Wild Blue Yonder happening down in flames. Looks like someone wants to get Battlestar going. And then here's my table. Did a couple overview speeches about Seljuk. Still set up for 1069. Here's my pickup. So Norway 1940 just arrived in the warehouse for PQ17. So I'm picking up my pre-order while I'm here. This comes in a Ziploc, comes with the rules, a couple counter sheets, some player aids. Very excited to play PQ17 with this. Picked up some counter trays worth their weight in gold while I'm here. And then they had a copy of Conquest of Paradise 2nd edition. This is a sort of a light, 4X game, I guess you would say, maybe somewhat Euro style, about 500 AD Polynesia. So you play, it's tile-based, and so you sail basically from the South Pacific through the Polynesians, laying down tiles, gathering resources. There's cards. I've been wanting to check this game out for a long time. They had it. They had a copy of the Out of Print 2nd edition, so I picked it up. And that's what I've grabbed here. Not a huge week, a huge visit for me because I have most of the stuff I want, to be perfectly honest with you. Although, like I said, I'm thinking about picking up Stalingrad 42. I'm gonna go get lunch. We're gonna play some games this afternoon, and then I'll check in later this evening. Well, just finished a pickup game of Blitzkrieg to Moscow 2, Operation Barbarossa 1941. This was in Special Ops Magazine issue 10. I've wanted to play it since I picked this up a couple months ago. The rules are found in the magazine, and they're only about 8 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8 pages of rules, so it's a pretty easy game. It's pretty interesting. So it's Yasushi Nakaguro who did 300 Earth and Water, and it's a sort of micro Barbarossa game. It's a CDG where each side only has 6 cards. And every turn, as you can see, it goes from June 1941 to April 1942. Every turn, each side is going to pick from among their 6 cards, and they have a cap on how many they can pick. And the cards are multi-use, and so they do different things. So you can see here the Stuka cards. You can either use them as a combat shift for a column in combat, or you can activate a unit that's been, or essentially flip a unit that's been reduced back to its full side at the beginning of a phase. You've got replacement cards that allow you to rebuild eliminated units or rail move units, or they can be used with the tank action, which allows you to do breakthrough moves with armor, German armor. And the decks are different, so the Russian deck has different icons and different capabilities. This one allows you to do a re-roll. And you're choosing these cards every turn based on what you're trying to accomplish. You can see we've got absolutely massive counters here. If you watch the unboxing of this, they're about an inch size counters. And you've got Barbarossa starting from Germany all the way to Moscow up here, Leningrad in the north, Rostov in the south. This is the final game state. So the Germans are trying to get to 9 points. They get points for every city that they capture. So you can see here I controlled Minsk and Smolensk, and I did manage to take, this would be Tula here near the end of the game with Army Group Center, which are the C, and a little bit of help from Army Group South. Riga in Latvia actually held out the entire game. He did a really good job, the Russian player, of holding that, and my units are all reduced around here. There's some interesting concepts going on in addition to the cards. So whenever you make an attack, the CRT is actually, there's no effects on the attacker. It only does stuff to the defender or nothing. But every time you attack with a unit, if you're at full strength, you flip to reduced strength. And in this game, it's not called reduced strength, it's called exhausted. And so there's this interesting interplay between exhausted units. The end of a turn, if you're next to a supply source like I am here, you know, this unit came on reduced, but then he was able to come back into full strength next to a thing. But when your units are reduced, they're worse or exhausted. And then when you attack or defend, they also could potentially be reduced. And attacking, they're definitely reduced, but when you're defending, you get to choose either the full strength defense or a limited strength defense. And if you take a combat result that forces you to reduce and you're only doing limited strength, you don't have to reduce, you would just back up, but you're obviously sacrificing combat potential. And if you do full strength and you defend, oftentimes you have to go to your reduced side. So there's some interesting stuff here about how you manage your units and the tempo of the campaign. We're talking about army-sized units here. And you know, a pretty small footprint. It's a half-size map essentially. I did manage to take, you know, my advances in the north and the south. I kind of went around the marshes, was not able to take the Baltics, but I did make rapid advances through the center, and I did at the final turn threaten Sevastopol before he was able to throw in some rail movement there, the Romanians garrisoning the rear. Yeah, so all in all, pretty cool game. It's not as good as 300, but it's certainly a fun little like hour, maybe 90-minute World War II Operation Barbarossa game that has some interesting and unique concepts in it. So really happy I got a chance to get it played here at the convention. All right, let's do a walk through the warehouse while I have some time. Stacks on stacks on stacks of games. This is the much talked about legendary GMT warehouse. You can see, oh, look at all that Cuba Libre. Freshly arrived, stacking them up. Look at how much coin that is. Normandy 44, next door Vietnam. I almost picked this up. Normandy 44, but I already have Dark Summer. And I almost picked up Stalingrad 42 as well, but some guys are playing it and it's so intimidating on the table. Here's the box copies of the reprint of this Accursed Civil War. So this was sort of an accompaniment to the dual pack. If you already had one of the dual pack, you could get this. This is, I think, the first game in Musket and Pike. What else we got? A lot of the latest stuff. Plains Indian Wars. I'm thinking about maybe grabbing that while I'm here. Storm Above the Reich. What else do we got? Space Corp. CNC Ancients. Grand Prix Thunder Alley. Urban Sprawl. Into the Woods. I think that's a newer release. Clash of Giants Civil War, Salerno 43, so many copies. Wilderness War, still in stock. Welcome to Centerville. Here's a bunch of stuff. Here's a shelf with like some low stock stuff. I know people were pulling stuff off of here. There's the copies of Stalingrad. I was thinking about getting, don't have enough room in my bag. It's the problem coming to this. Battles of Rhode Island, SBQR, Deluxe, Red Storm Baltic Approaches. This is the expansion of Red Storm. I know that everyone's been wanting a reprint of Red Storm since that came out. Versailles, Vietnam, giant stacks of Pacific War that go almost to the ceiling. Got some Fort Sumter, Army Group Center, Talon. There's the Musket and Pike dual pack. GBOH, played this year. Saw some folks actually buy copies of this, maybe from our game. Cataphract, my favorite GBOH game, and the simplest. More palettes. Look at how many palettes of games. Fire in the Lake, Cuba Libre. The Hunted. Fighting Formations, Battle for Kharkov, Wing Leader. It just never ends. It's crazy. Against the back wall are all the Ziploc stuff that they sell. So Next War supplements, update kits, expansions for GBOH. Empire of the Sun, Churchill, Flashpoint South China Sea, which I'm going to try and go play right now. Yeah, MBT stuff back here, Gathering Storm. And then we walk over to this section. This is where some of the other stuff they distribute is. So there's also decks of cards against the wall here. So if you need spare decks for anything, got Apocalypse Road, Pericles, Panzer expansions. Conquest and Consequence, Gallipoli 1915, another one I almost picked up today. The 173, we got copies of Crown of Roses, Triumph and Tragedy, more Wing Leader, U.S. Civil War, what else? Solomon Islands, Last 100 Yards, Ancient Civilizations of the Inner Sea. As you can see, it just kind of goes and goes. There's GBO Julius, as many of my friends call it. Battle Line Medieval. Here's some of the stuff that GMT distributes. So, Spartacus Imperator from Hexasim. Victory Roads. I believe this is in the Liberty Road system. It's both in French and English. Hexasim publishes their games, which is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. How many maps? 3 maps. No, 3 counter sheets, 1 map, in 3 parts. Interesting. Someone's gonna have to let me know what Victory Roads. I know Liberty Roads, they're doing a 2nd edition. I'm curious what that system is like. My friend's gonna get it. I'd like to play it, but I never have. We got Waterloo Napoleon's Last Battle. This is from CWG. I'm unfamiliar. It's an area Napoleon game. They got a lot of copies. Last Evil series from Hexasim. This is Quatre Bras. They've also got Ligny floating around in here. There it is right there. Medieval Conspiracy, a really fun game that's very underrated from UGG. The map is horrendously ugly. The rules are written in a font that's unreadable, but the game is actually really cool. It actually reminds me of Mark McLaughlin's Holy Roman Empire. It's sort of a bidding game about the Holy Roman Empire with some military aspects to it, a lot of negotiation. It's a great time at a convention or at like a game party kind of thing. Always have a ton of fun. Colonial, and then some other Hexasim stuff. So we've got To the Last Man from Nuts. We've got Fate of Writers, which I think is rather new, from the By Shot, Shock, and Faith series. Great War Commander BEF expansion. And Thunder in the East. Big game from Victory Point Games. That was, who was the designer in this? Frank Chadwick, I believe. Yeah, so there you go. That is the warehouse. Look at how many packing peanuts GMT has just on hand at any time. And I just want to give special thanks here because their packing peanuts are always the cornstarch ones that dissolve in water and are universally like biodegradable, and so they're not adding any more styrofoam to the environment. And I just want to give them major props for doing that because I think all games should be doing that. As much plastic as we can eliminate from the world, the better off everyone will be because it's toxic. And so I appreciate that they pack all their shipments with a biodegradable substance. There you go. That's the warehouse.
Does anybody need water or anything? I'm gonna run in.
It's that time of the afternoon. Taco time on Saturday. One of the best reasons to come to GMT. All right, here we are at the end of the Planeteer section of Space Corp. Got a game in after Sam bought a copy from the warehouse. And purely at your recommendation. Purely at my recommendation. And so we just taught him, and we played through the first 2 eras. Final victory points. I was in 2nd place there with 21, but Green just had a better economy rolling. You can see I got most of the asteroid belts and Planeteers. A bunch of life in the outer moons, and we had a free teleport with Sam's team out to Pluto, and he built an amusement park, and then he started exploiting Charon, and he got stuff on Triton, and he was the outer solar system master. So we're gonna stop here, but it was a fun game. I forgot how much I like it, and it makes me want to go home and play with the expansion, which I own and have yet to play with all the unique corporation powers and abilities. Okay, final night here at GMT Weekend at the Warehouse. Let's do one last walkthrough. I just finished a game of Space Corp, as you just saw. I haven't played that in a while. It was really fun to teach it. I actually convinced the guy who we played with to buy it. I don't even know what game this is. It's from a French magazine. Oh, it's a Via Victus game. Tali Ihantala, 1944. Interesting. Not sure what that's about. I've been playing it for a while. What do we got here? Beyond the Sun, another space theme game. A lot of space theme going on tonight. This is a Rio Grande game. I actually have never even heard of it. Just couldn't get enough, huh? More Mark Simonich.
Always discovering all these mistakes we make.
Oh, okay. Well, Ukraine 43. This one's due for a reprint.
You better.
This one's due for a reprint.
Given your interpretation of the rules, you're kicking my butt.
That's games for you. Those guys have been at Mark Simonich World War II. We got more. What is this? What game we got here? Oh, Dune Imperium. Yeah. No, nice. Speaking of Caesar Rome versus Gaul, you didn't have your fill with barbarians this convention. So are you playing Rome or the barbarians?
I'm Rome.
You're Rome. Okay, so you're switching hats.
Yeah.
How far are you guys? Turn 5? You're Gaul? Oh, your goal. Okay, so don't let him be the barbarians. That's the recipe here. Looks like Rome's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you need? Just one more?
Yeah, two more.
Two more.
Two more, yeah. We're counting this as like 1 point
Okay.
for destroyed tribe.
Gotcha. Okay. Two more, and you're 2 turns left.
One turn.
One turn.
One
Okay.
turn, yeah.
I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close. It's a close game though.
Yeah. I mean, your board position is actually really good here with
Yeah.
PCs.
Yeah, you could get one here and then one here, and that'd be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I like this game a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun. Down in Flames. We got War Chest being played here. This is a great game. A little tactical battle game with little unit shits that have different powers. You draw cards and they have different abilities, and then they do different things, and it's kind of random every game. Really brilliant game. I think this is David Thompson.
They did that to limit. Otherwise.
What else we got going on tonight? We got some prototype. Oh, is this yours?
Rounders.
Oh man,
Rounders
are you
trick-taking game.
gonna play again after this? I would love to give it a shot. Damn.
I'm already supposed to be gone.
Okay. Well, it's a prototype about rounders.
That's right. Look it up.
Okay, look it up. Good Wikipedia rounders.
Wikipedia.
Rounders. Runebound. FFG. Got a pile of games that were bought there. Company of Adventurers. Looks like a prototype. Is it yours? Oh, it is?
Yep.
Awesome. What is it?
It's a 2-player game about the early days of the fur trade in North America, Hudson Bay Company versus colonial French traders.
Oh, very cool. And it looks like, from the geography, it looks like we're looking at
Hudson Bay.
Hudson. Okay, yeah. So northern Canada. I'm sorry. So north is this way. Okay, I see. Very cool. Great Lakes. Yeah. Okay, I see it now. Great Lakes down here. Oh, very cool. And what's the playtime on it?
Right now, it's an hour.
An hour. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I like the map. It's pretty nice.
Opponents might relatively complex.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna come back and take a look at the sequence of play. I would like to find out more about it for sure. Here's Plains Indian Wars. I almost picked this up today. Uses the Rebellion 1775 system from Academy Games, where it's a 2v2. You've got a native player team, and you've got a colonial player or settler player team. And you're trying to connect this railroad from eastern U.S. to western U.S.
We don't know what the 4-player rule is.
More John Company. Going strong with the John Company. Sad I didn't get a game of that in. What is this? This is, oh yeah.
Med Sirocco.
Med Sirocco, there you go. Look at that.
It's basically Atlantic Storm redone.
Okay. And nice. They had that in the way. Did you pick it up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was one of the games that GMT distributes, but that's not their publication. For anyone in the back, I think I see Stalingrad 42 still going. And let's see. Stalingrad 42 still going. Oh, they've changed seats because the front has moved.
Ah, yes.
The Germans are almost to... Well, they're at the gates.
They're attacking Stalingrad.
They are attacking Stalingrad. The Russians looks like they formed a defensive line. They picked it up. I'm impressed with the length of that one. Table battles happening here. Fun, really fun system. It's like roll dice. It recreates like a static battles. Recreates historic battles. Nemesis, the game that I've wanted to play.
Fast repairs.
So you would have gotten it.
And computer skills.
It's basically like Alien, the board game. Everyone's on a ship. There's aliens moving around, trying to escape, not die. I've heard really good things about it. I have a friend who has tried to get us to play it a couple times. We just haven't had the time. Got Twilight Struggle over here. And yeah, I guess the last thing I can show you is I did end up going back into the warehouse, and I ended up picking up a couple more things. This is what happens. I think I'm in, or I think I'm out, and they pull me back in. So I wasn't sure I was going to do it, but I picked up Stalingrad 42 along with the expansion while I was here. It's because of those guys over there, watching them play it. I was like, oh, I'd really like to play this. So I picked that up. I picked up a copy of Flying Colors for a friend. They were really nice here, and they gave a nice discount for buying a game for a friend. So I got this for my wargaming partner, who's a big fan of Age of Sail games, and I've heard good things about Flying Colors. And you saw the other games that I bought already. So, we did some more demos of Seljuk today. I ran through it with a couple other designers, a couple folks from GMT. Had a good time. I'm about to pack it up right now because my flight tomorrow is going to preclude me from really playing anything tomorrow. I'm going to come by and say hello and goodbye and maybe grab like a 30-minute game. Maybe South China Sea if someone has it. But yeah, that's a wrap on GMT Weekend at the Warehouse Fall 2022. Thanks for being with me as we took you through this. And I will see you at the next convention, which is going to be very shortly. I'll be in Vancouver for BotosCon, so look for more content there.